This perhaps may be the biggest surprise of the 2021 year from Mattel for the Disney Cars diecast line. I, for one, never ever expected there to be a second Pixar Fest line. I thought it was just kind of like a celebration for 2020 to replace the D23 Expo, but I clearly was misinformed because here they are back with Pixar Fest 2021 and an entirely new set of cars to go along with it to celebrate it. And I am stoked. Like, this is such a great thing. Really happy that they continued it. And I'm sure now that we've gotten two, it's very likely there will be a third series next year in which they will attack maybe more of the Radiator Springs townies. Because this year we tacked on Sally, Luigi, and Guido, and they redid McQueen and Ramone with new paint jobs. So I'm super pumped to get into this. Let's do it, guys. Welcome back to another Disney Docket presentation. These are exclusive to Target still, which hopefully is not too much of an issue, at least for the United States people, because I, for one, never had difficulty finding the original set from last year, which consisted of Mater, Gold, Ramone, and this version of Lightning McQueen, which at first glance looks very similar to the new one here, but as we'll take a look at in a moment, they're actually quite a bit different. And they hung around on the pegs for a few months, and apparently some stores still have them. And so hopefully these ones aren't hard to find, but they are very new. I actually got these off Mercari because I wanted to review them before I went back to college. And I go back in literally like 2 days, so I'm doing my pre-record video grind right now. And so yeah, I just spent like a little bit extra. There's actually a really good deal in order for me to review these for you guys, and I love these. Like, I'm so excited. These two over here are amazing. Like a white Ramone, something we've never seen before, like a new paint job. Pumped about that. This is basically like metallic Luigi and Guido with some Pixar decals on it. That's super cool. And these two are nice as well, but these definitely take the cake over here. The packaging is slightly different from last year, but only by a smidge. Instead of Mater in this panel, it's replaced by Sally, but McQueen and Ramone remain the same there. Now, it's kind of sad, though, they didn't expand it or, squeeze Luigi and Guido in there because they technically deserve to be, part of it, right? It's almost a little awkward that they aren't. Like, it's a little weird. It's almost too obvious that they just copy and pasted the same exact banner from last year and subbed out one character. It honestly is a little kind of underhanded. I'm not a big fan of that. I think that they definitely should have put Luigi and Guido on here as well, but oh well. No big deal. Pixar Fest 2021. Pixar. Name tag has cars there, Lightning McQueen. I'm pretty sure the name tags are the same as before. I will have to double check on that though. These were not leaked anywhere prior to them being found for the first time in a store, which doesn't happen often. We almost know of everything before it hits a store. And so when something like this occurs where, the first time somebody sees it is when they literally can buy it in a store looking at it in person, then that's special. And it really catches everybody off guard. Like, this was a monster surprise, like I said. I like these little stock images. Luigi and Guido look pretty good. Luigi looks like he has a different expression. So does Guido, honestly. Ramone, however, does not. He's had that same exact expression ever since Mattel has married itself to the Union Jack Ramone. They're like, that's the Ramone we are going to stand by forever. We love that expression. We love the face he makes when he tries to hurt lemons, attack lemons, I guess. Anyway, Lightning McQueen there and Sally. That's pretty much it for the packaging. These all should be identical. They don't change up the order of them on the back at all, which is fine with me. Why would they? Packaging's really nice. I like the fade from the red into like a orange and then white and then two-tone over to blue. See this logo again? We were talking about this recently in my review of Dewey Cone Rod. This is going to be apparently on all the new packages, starting from Case K, new stuff, and onward. But if something from Case K was already released, it won't have it. So like the Mater, Blind Spot, or no, I don't think Blind Spot was in the case, but the Nick Shift in there, the Jimmy Cables in Case K, for example, they will not have this. But anything new should. So all these Pixar Fest ones do have it. Here's Sally. I love how only one language is needed to describe Sally. All right, did you? We have Ramone. Again, so excited that they decided to go with like this white paint job instead of like making something that they already had metallic. Like, it's kind of a bold decision because every like Pixar Fest car so far has just been like a metallic version of a normal paint job. So McQueen, Sally, Luigi, and Guido, and then, you know, this is basically brand new Mater metallic, which they even released last year. And then you have gold Ramone, same decals as a typical gold Ramone, but metallic. So for them to do like this white Ramone, which we've obviously never gotten like a standard white Ramone, that's really cool. Super pumped about that and super impressed with Mattel for taking that step. And now this really whet my palate for a normal metallic Luigi and Guido, because I just think that'd be awesome. This guy's like just like a little gold nugget over here, and Guido looks amazing with the two-tone hubcaps there, like how they're light blue still. Really like that. But anyways, I'll be right back with all these guys opened up. So here is the squad all opened up, looking really good. Before we get started though, I want to make a couple quick audits to my initial narration there. So the name tags aren't actually identical. Before, it basically had the exact same thing, but in addition, it said Pixar Fest Edition, like down below the name of the character. Just want to let you guys know about that. And then the second thing is they actually made the artwork now for McQueen, the Radiator Springs McQueen, instead of the Cars 3 McQueen, which is good because obviously, I mean, I guess, I don't know. Is this McQueen more similar to the Cars 3 McQueen or the Radiator Springs McQueen? I guess it's probably more similar to the Cars 3 McQueen. Yeah. Probably most similar to the Cars 1 McQueen, though, if we're getting technical. But this guy is definitely just like a modification of the Radiator Springs McQueen, which they show on here. So I'm happy about that. Good job, Mattel. I just wish you put Luigi and Guido on there as well. But anyways, we're going to dive right in here and start with McQueen because I think he's the most boring. And that still doesn't mean I don't like him. Like, I like him a lot. That was a big double negative right there. I don't even know what I said. But he is very similar, though, to the one they did last year. So naturally, he is going to probably be the, you know, least exciting one of the bunch. And that's okay. I'm just happy they changed it. Because when I initially saw this batch, like, you know, first impression, I saw Luigi, Guido, Sally. I was like, whoa, that's awesome. Then I saw Ramone, and then I saw McQueen. I was just like, my immediate reaction was like, oh, they just reissued the same one as last year. And I was okay with that. It took me like 5 minutes to realize that, oh, it's actually different. That's really cool. I'm happy with that. It's like a bonus extra thing. But anyways, same expression in the eyes and mouth. Same hood decal, except we don't have the stripes. So the stripes that, you know, go down the hood, roof, and up onto the spoiler there are gone. That's fine. It does look a little naked, though, without them when you compare them side by side. Love the attention to detail here with the 95 art. So instead of just like the basic 95, you have now the different font where it's in the circle, the Radiator Springs version. So that is, you know, here's your typical Radiator Springs McQueen. And I am using a Vietnam variant because these are made in Vietnam. Oh no, these are in Thailand. No way. I didn't know that. I thought all the expanded universe stuff was Vietnam, but I guess not. I don't think Thailand's done that Radiator Springs Lightning McQueen yet anyway. So that Vietnam version will suffice. But anyway, yeah, they changed the 95 to fit that. And I love that it's like chrome metallic. It's pretty much like what the Racing Red McQueen will look like. You know, the Racing Red McQueen should look a lot like this right here. This guy right here. Because that's just what they've been doing with, you know, Dynaco Cruz and Jackson. They make the anything that's not red, that chrome silver. So we will do a nice little comparison in like a month or so when that guy comes out. Both of them have the same exact gray rims there, black light your tires. But here's where the difference is really set in. So you have the just classic white kind of half of a surfboard there with the 95 sitting inside there. You have the lamp, the classic Pixar lamp with the ball there, and that is this exact logo just enlarged. We have a Rust-eze logo back here, but all grayed out. So again, I'm getting some Racing Red vibes because that is exactly what the Racing Reds do. They gray out all the decals. There's the roof again. Like I said, spoiler, has no stripes either, but the Pixar text remains there. Looks pretty clean, you know, when it doesn't have any stripes in the way. That looks nice. On the back here, again, stripes are gone. And instead, you just have the Rust-eze logo grayed out in the silver there. 95 in the circle, 95 just normally. And that Pixar text is gone. So kind of a more bare bones version. This guy definitely has like less to offer. What is this? See that little darker spot right there? That's a little weird. I don't know what that is. It's not like a chip. Huh. I don't know what that is. Anyway, but yeah, this guy just doesn't have as much going on. It's kind of like a cleaner, more casual version of the one from last year, and I'm okay with that. I always have liked Radiator Springs McQueen's casualness, and so it really matches that. So you can see the similarities here. They really did just copy the decals. You know, so you have the Rust-eze logos in the same spot. Just replace this with the Pixar lamp and ball. Remove those contingency sponsors. And bam. This guy was not hard to design at all. Whoever designed this, I could have designed this. Again, I like it though. I'm happy they changed it because I was expecting them to just reissue this guy. And I would have probably been pretty content with that too. Anyway, moving on to Sally here. We got some shedding. I swear, these metallics always shed because they always have like some residual like paint that gets caught around the fenders. Anyway, so this is not the first time Mattel's done metallic Sally. 2018, I think it was 2018. Yeah. No. 2019, yeah. 2019, they did metallic Sally here. So just over 2 years ago, yeah, she was in like case P. Yeah, it's all coming back. She was in the case with Mike's stock car. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. But this is back when they used this other model of Sally that's a little thinner and taller. And then now they've regressed back to the inaccurate pancake model, as I like to call it. So I'll be using this Sally over here, which is a Thailand version, to do the comparison. And you can also tell that the metallics are very, very different. Like, I don't know why, because these are all Thailand. And even though they're different models, the metallic coat should technically be the same, right? But this is a lighter baby blue almost. And then this is a very deep, kind of almost verging on turquoise color. And I like it. I mean, it almost, you know, wets the palette for just a basic version of this, which I was almost going to say would be achievable with like nail polish remover, but that doesn't work with the Thailand cars. China's cars, it works, but the Thailand ones, because of the way they do it, I don't know the exact chemical science behind it, but if you were to like take nail polish remover to these decals, I think it would screw up the whole car. But if you took like a China guy, it would have been fine. But anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to share that the shades of metallic there are way different. But this is the first time we've gone to Sally in the Pixar Fest series, so not complaining. You got the Pixar logo there with the ball. Now that guy is on the hoods of all of these characters in this second wave, except for obviously Guido, and that was on all of them in the first wave as well. So here's, you know, brand new Mater, the gold Ramone. They all have it. It's the trademark. Got the Porsche logo right there. Big smile. Love the blue rims. It's actually a really nice touch that they did that. Not expecting them to do that at all. I also really don't know why they did it. Deviates from everything they've done before. So here's like regular Sally. Silver rims. I guess they did change the rims on McQueen to gray there from red. So it's almost like they tried to go racing blue on this. Because whenever they do the racing reds, they make the rims red. So it's almost like they were going for like a blue racing red. Blazing Blues or something like that. Oh. Anyway, there you have the lamp and the ball again. Nothing on the roof. This one's pretty basic. That's it for the decals. Carrera there on the back. 301 PCE, California. Don't know why that license plate's so dark and dirty looking. This has been a problem on all the Sallys lately. Like, look here. See how clear it is? This is exactly what happened on the Racing Red version, too. Like, the license plate just looks dark and cloudy. I don't know why that is. It's almost as if, like, they are taking the metallic and just like spraying the whole thing, and it like dampens the license plate too. Like, it dampens the vibrancy of that, and they like forget to change like the filter back. I don't know. I really don't know what they do, but you guys know what I'm trying to say, right? Well, that residual like paint also always gets on the rivets too. That's kind of where it comes off of. But yeah, this is probably my if McQueen wasn't already like released last year, she would be my least favorite, but because he was released last year, he's my least favorite. Still looks nice, though. But now that we got those out of the way, I'm really pumped for these next two here. We're going to start with, I don't know who to go with. We're just going to go with Ramone. So again, super excited that they went with a white version. It's almost like a ghost chase piece in the series, because it's the only one that is not based on a pre-existing paint job. Pre-existing expression, of course, going off of the Union Jack Ramone here, which they did last year. They released Union Jack Ramone again last year from Thailand, and they also released metallic Union Jack Ramone last year with the paint gun too. So technically it's Body Shop Union Jack Ramone. That's a long, long name. They did change the mouth though. They put a nice little smile on him there, and they made it like red for the inside of his mouth, whereas last year they made it white for his teeth. I find that funny. It's like, oh, where'd his teeth go? Or is he just like putting his tongue out there? I don't know. Anyway, there you have your Pixar logo. Gun's looking good. Carries it wherever he goes now. Mattel just will not release him without it. He's got his low and slow tires there. It's pretty nice that we can read that clearly. He's got some silver flames there, and in the middle of them is the Pixar lamp and ball, which is really cool how they did that. I like how it's centered there. The flames are just kind of like emanating around it. And then a little pinstripe design here on the trunk. And then you have your little Radiator Springs pop-up on the inside there. Low and slow. Yeah, this is probably easily my favorite. The fact that they went with white is just idyllic. Can't say it enough that I'm impressed, surprised, and stunned that they made a white Ramone. Like, I totally would have been, like, okay, again, like, I have a pretty low bar for Mattel these days, so, like, I would have been fine, like, if they did, like, a purple metallic Ramone with the Pixar, like, the same exact decals, but purple, or if they did a red, or the ghost light, or the green, or, like, any of the million other Ramones they could have possibly done, but no, they were like, we're gonna do a new white one. Yeah. Yeah. Okie dokie. Moving on to Luigi and Guido here. These are my favorites. Like I said, I now absolutely need a regular metallic Luigi and Guido. I 100% need it. I need it in my life. Mattel, better release it next year. Should be pretty easy for you to do. They do have new expressions though, which is pretty exciting. Like, here's your normal Thailand Guido. And then here is a typical Chinese Luigi. I don't have a Thailand Luigi opened up right now. I have this Vietnam one too, but we'll just use the Chinese one, I guess. So they changed the expression slightly. The eyes are now a little bit downward. They're closer together. It appears they're a little smaller. He's looking more level instead of high. And it makes the world of difference. Like, it's really just like the positioning of the eyes, and yet it makes the expression look so much different. Here, what they did is basically reverse the eyelids and then made the eyes bigger and a little bit more together. Now, the mouth here also is way different. I don't think it's, no, is it a different mold? I think it is the same mold, but they just painted it with tongue. It's so weird to say that, but it's true. And it just makes the world a difference. So I think I like that they left the fenders here this light blue. Like, it makes a nice contrast, even though it's a completely different color than he has normally. Because normally he has like a little teal there, but now he's got like a light blue. I think I like it. It looks a little weird because you have just like dark metallic and then like this light blue, but I think I do like it. Same thing with the roof here. They just left it blue, which is pretty much the same color as normal. Again, weird because the fenders are not the same color as normal. Pixar ball up there. You have the Pixar text behind the back window. That's an interesting spot for a decal. I like it though. And the lamp and the ball there, really nice. Has black wheels, black rims and all that. No date stamp. He's too small for that. Not enough space. Nice little texture there. Very cool, very cool. Now we have Luigi. He's got his classic white walls. He's P21A. 21st week of 2021 at the A Factory. Are all these the same? I'm willing to bet they're not. Yeah, baby. He's 22A. She's 22A. He's 21A. I knew it. For some reason, like, you can never get like a series that are all made in the same exact week. What was the last thing I reviewed? It might have been from like a case, like, you know, like, I don't know, case J, for example. Like, the new cars, they did not match each other. So I don't know why that is, but even though they end up in the same exact box, they were made like a week apart. This, like I said, is like a little golden nugget. You got the Pixar logo there. Lamp and ball. 445-10.8. Thanks for giving away the coordinates to the first ever Ferrari factory in Italy. He's got his little headpiece up there. Looking really, really nicely done. I am a little disappointed that all the decals on Sally, Ramone, and Guido are like identical. Now, Guido did get this extra like Pixar, which I guess is basically just what's supposed to go across the ball. But it just seems like McQueen really had, you know, he's got his 95 in there, Rust-eze. So I almost wish they did a little bit more on these guys. Like, I don't know. I guess you can't really do a whole lot more without making it look cluttered. So, I don't know. I'm happy. I really like Luigi and Guido. And I absolutely adore Ramone. Sally's okay. McQueen's okay. I do prefer the first version of McQueen. Brand new Mater from last year. And then here we have Ramone from last year as well. I guess they did do that, like, flames around the logo. They put a little Pixar text underneath it. They did not do that this year. Looks a little cleaner that way. Nice job, Mattel. There's your entire Pixar Fest collection so far. Let me know in the comment section below which is your favorite. You guys know mine. I will see you guys soon for another video, and hopefully next year, you know, a year from now, we'll be sitting here with like a Pixar Fest doc and Pixar Fest Fillmore. I'd be so down for that. But realistically, you know, if I'm being realistic, we'll probably be sitting here next year with a McQueen, a different version. Wait, no, they wouldn't do another version of Mater, would they? You can't really do a whole lot more with Mater. They'll probably do another version of McQueen, but maybe they'll change the paint job. They'll like do a different set of flames. Maybe they'll do Fabulous McQueen. We'll probably have another version of Ramone, and I bet we'll have like Flo. We'll have Flo and I don't think we're gonna be as fortunate to get Sarge or Fillmore or Doc. Definitely not Lizzie. That really only leaves Sheriff then. All right, I'll go Flo and Sheriff. That's my guess. All right, guys. See you later. Bye now.